Hello guys and welcome to another vlog. Today we are reviewing the 2020 BSS compliant Hyundai Verna. Yeah, this car was launched in the month of March and it was a virtual launch, not a proper launch as such. Hyundai has just done a virtual launch due to COVID. And without wasting any time, let's get to the engine bay of the car. So here's the engine bay of the car. This is the 1.5 liter petrol Kappa engine and it is a 16 valve engine. Here is a DOHC 16V and it produces 120 PS of power, and this engine is extremely silent. Yeah, I will show you how silent it is when we get inside the cabin. It also gets insulation on top over here, and the engine bay is very well laid out as such. And this is the washer fluid cap. So let's close it. And this color looks very nice, and this is a grey sort of color, and now Hyundai has changed the design very much. Now it gets a much bigger grille, and this is the dark chrome cascading grille, and it gives a very premium appeal. As you can see, this design over here, and gets a very premium appeal when out on the road. And over here it also gets fake air curtains, and this is the projector fog lamps. At down over here, these are halogens, but the lights are all LED unit, and this is the indicator, which is also again a bulb, and it also gets a DRL over here, and the light extends all the way to here, but the light is only till here. And as you can see, now the car looks very sharp and a very premium design as such. And down over here it also gets some chrome, and Hyundai has used chrome very decently as such, and it doesn't look bad. And over here it also gets a towing hook at front, and the car looks very nice. Yeah, the design of the car has become excellent now. And when we come to the side of the car, now it gets all new diamond cut 16-inch alloy wheels, and these also looks mind-boggling phenomenal. And these are Hankook tires, and as you can see, it gets front disc, that's obvious. And in the turbo model it also gets a rear disc, but that's missing in the regular models. And I will show you one more difference in the turbo model, that's the grille. In regular model it gets a dark chrome grille, but in the turbo model it only gets a gloss black grille. And turbo model also gets a gloss black mirror. There's a mirror. It also gets this chrome line running from side, and this car also looks very scintillating and very sharp from side. And now these wheels also gives a very nice stance to the vehicle. And in the turbo it so gets a same wheels only, now different wheels. And this is the fuel lid. It gets a 45 liter tank now. So here we are at the back of the car, and these are the tail lamps. These are also all LED, but the indicator is still an halogen. Yeah, and these are LEDs, the brake light and the stop lamps. And at down over here it gets reflectors. Hyundai thought of doing a fake exhaust treatment over here, but they didn't, and they have put a reflector over here. But in the turbo variant it gets a twin proper exhaust over here, and it also gets a diffuser treatment over here, which is of course fake. And here also the reflector, and it also gets some fake vents over here to give it a more sportier look, and these are not available in its competitors. And here it says Verna, the logo, and these are top of the line XSO variant. And this is the shark fin antenna, which is a very nice touch, and it isn't offered in this competitors. And to open the boot you can use a smart trunk feature. What you have to do, just move through the car and stand back, and it will open. So we have to just press one button over here, and here the trunk opens. And this is a 480 liter boot, and it's of extreme decent size, but some of the metal are exposed over here along with some wiring. And this is the boot light. And Hyundai has done a clever thing to repair the tail lamp. What you have to do, you have to remove all the things over here, but now in Verna you have to just remove this to change the tail lamp. Yeah, and all the wirings are over here only. Let me show you like this. These are the wirings, and you have to just put it back, and that's so simple. And it also gets a space saver spare wheel, and this is the 15-inch tire, and it's a steel wheel only. And they can't fit a 16-inch alloy over here because. So let's close the boot. Here's the reverse parking camera, which is in a plastic, wrapped in a plastic. Let me take it out. Oh, it's so satisfying. So if we get into the rear bench of the car, and there is also one big problem, the rear bench doesn't fold down. Yeah, it doesn't fold down, so the boot space can't be extended further. And if we talk about the rear space of the car, Verna lacks it in a ton. Yeah, there's very less rear space of the car in comparison to its rivals, but it gets a proper center armrest over here, and the seats are also quite comfortable. It also gets twin headrest, and it also gets a rear sun blind, yeah, which is a very nice touch. Let me close, yeah, like this, and you can put it back also. Let me show it to you. Yeah, that's simple, and that's a very nice touch. At the back it also gets a light, and at the center it gets twin AC vents along with the USB socket. Yeah, that's a very nice touch. And the space at the back is not good. The leg room is very short. The knee room is decent and adequate. The under thigh support is kind of good, but the seat is placed a bit on the lower side, and the headroom is also decent. So overall the comfort is good, but the leg room and the knee room are a bit in lack. And the door also get this leather treatment, which feels very nice. The only soft touch plastic in the car are on the door. Other all are very hard plastic, but these treatment done is very nice. There are none of the panel gaps, and overall fit finish is just excellent. But the Verna is mainly aimed towards driving. So let's get to the driving seat right away. So it gets a single request sensor. It doesn't get any request sensor on the passenger door. So on the driver door it gets, these are to fold the outside rear mirror. These are the settings for the outside rear mirror. So lock, unlock the vehicle, the child lock for the rear windows. These are the buttons for the windows, and only this button is illuminated in all of them. Yeah, only this button lights up. Other all doesn't lights up. And this button is to adjust the illumination of the digital instrument cluster. And this is the traction control button, and this is the headlight leveler as usual bits. And here it also gets a dead pedal, proper dead pedal, and these are the 3 pedals. Let's this vehicle, and over here it gets the engine start stop button. Here the car comes to life. So in the top of the line variant, it gets this digital infotainment system. Yeah, this is a digital unit, and here are these 2 buttons to browse through it. And it is a decently loaded unit. You get tire pressure monitoring, some average fuel economy, and different driving information, and some of the settings too. And on the left it gets a speedometer, on the right it gets a tachometer, and territorial lights are placed all over, and on the top it shows the distance to empty meter as well. So this is a decently loaded unit, a bit inspired from the BMW cars, a bit of fully inspired from the BMW cars. And if we talk about the steering wheel, it gets a proper leather wrap unit, and it's quite good to hold. Over here it gets button from the audio system, and these are for cruise control, these 3, and these 3 are for the instrument cluster. And if we come to the center console of the car, it could have been more adventurous, but Hyundai has done a very elegant job and designed it very nicely. And overall the fit finish of the car is excellent. There are no panel gaps, but Hyundai would have used a leather part over here. That would be just amazing. Yeah, Hyundai should have been used some soft touch materials or leather inside the cabin. That would have given this car an extreme next level interiors. But by the way, they haven't. So let's discuss about this only. It gets a piano black treatment over here as well. And this is a new unit. This is a new touchscreen system from Hyundai. And these are the AC vents, which gets a chrome surround. And in turbo it gets a all black interior, and these all are black. And it gets, instead of this chrome surround, it gets a red surround, which gives a sportier feel. And it also gets red stitching on the steering wheel as well as the gear knob. On the turbo variant, it gets the automatic air conditioning. This unit is extremely decently loaded. It gets Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It also gets BlueLink connectivity. Yeah, and it gets 44 BlueLink connected car features. That's excellent as well. And over here this glove was a decent size. No, it's on the smaller side only, but it's a cool glove box. That's a nice touch. And over here on the sun visor, it gets a mirror but no lights. Over here also it gets a mirror but no lights, and these are the lights inside the cabin. These are yellow lights, and this button is to open the sunroof. It gets a sunroof which is on the smaller side, but it gets a sunroof. That's enough to sell a car in the Indian car market. This is the place to keep your sunglasses. Let's close it. And overall the cabin is very nicely laid out, and all the quality of the cabin is also good. And over here it gets a 12-volt charging socket along with 2 USBs and a wireless charging pad, which is first in the segment. And the terms of features, Verna has just nailed it. And Hyundai Kia cars are on the top of the priority list if you are planning to buy a feature loaded car, and Verna is none the same. And it also gets a auto dimming inside your mirror, and these are some of the buttons over here which are for SOS. These are for the towing, and this is for the blue link. And if we talk about the audio system, it gets navigation, and this is extremely nice maps. As you can see, is very fluid to use, very easy to use. And the main thing is that it also gets some of the physical control, which is very nice. This is for the tune, this is for the volume. This car gets 6 speakers, 4 speakers and 2 tweeters on the top over here. It doesn't get any Bose system or that like the new i20 or the Creta. Here it gets twin cup holders, which also gets a chrome surround on them, which also gives a premium look. And it also gets a center armrest with some storage over here. And if we talk about the comfort of the seat, and these are very comfortable seats. Just a problem is that on the middle over here, these are too soft for your back, and it doesn't get lumbar support too. And overall the bolsterings and the under hair support are adequate and decent. And this car also gets ventilated seats, which is first in the segment. And the car costlier than this, like the Creta, doesn't get ventilated seats, and this is the best feature in a car you can get. Yeah, ventilated seats, they help a lot. Like I have turned on my seat ventilation and I'm feeling very relaxed right now. And it also gets a height adjustable seat belt. And if we talk about this car, and you are planning to buy a more sportier version of the Verna, you can get the turbo, and the turbo gets much more power than this car. You will get more power, a better interior, and the turbo engine is omitted to a 7-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox, and that gearbox is smooth shifting. Yeah, that's an excellent gearbox, and it will give you just another level of fun. Right now this petrol engine is omitted to a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed torque converter regular gearbox. So this car also get automatic headlights, but the wipers aren't automatic. That's not a big issue. And overall this car is extremely feature loaded, and you can say this car is not meant for the very much car enthusiast person, because the steering is on very lifeless side. And yeah, this is a very light steering, and it is extremely easy to maneuver in the traffics. Like you can see, with one finger I can turn the steering wheel very easily. And you can see this car is right now idling at 600 rpm, and that's the reason you can't hear that the car is turned on or not. That's the level of refinement of Hyundai Kia cars, and that's just excellent. And I praise Hyundai Kia cars for the refinement. So guys, this was Shubhodeep Banerjee today reviewing the 2020 BS6 compliant Hyundai Verna. So let's see you guys in another video really soon. Till then, bye bye and have a nice day. A big shout out to Shivnath Hyundai for lending me the car. And if you are planning to buy a new car this festive season, so without any second thought, just contact the details below in the description, and the excellent sales team will help you to choose a perfect car for your liking.